Hey Taurus, welcome to Intuitive Gems. My name's Desiree, and today I'll be doing your money, wealth, finance, prosperity, and abundance reading for the month of January 2024. Now, if this is your first time catching one of my readings, I do want to say welcome and I invite you to subscribe because I do these readings each and every month and I would love to share your money message with you. For the readings this month, I'm using my original tarot deck. I will clarify with my Radiant Rider-Waite Tarot. Then I will close out your reading, Taurus, with a Star Seed Oracle card. All right. Happy New Year, Taurus. Ooh. All right. Let's get the party started because I do see a party happening here. All right, Taurus. So as we move into this new month, new year, celebrations, connections, and I do see new relationships blooming here. Okay, so we do have this Ace of Cups here. Now, this is a relationship. I do feel like this is something personal, where it looks like you guys have kind of stopped and started this a few times. It's like things, it's like you're like, okay, we're going to hang out. We're going to be together. Then it's like, oh, no, timing's not right. Oh, yeah, we're going to hang out, be together. It's one of those things where it's kind of start, stop, start, stop. And I feel like you need to make a decision on that. Now, how does this relate to your money? Well, I do feel like this could be a little bit distracting because a lot of you, Taurus, you're really focused. You've already made decisions about what 2024 is going to kind of hold for you. But I do see that a relationship could distract you from your ultimate goals. Now, this is not something that's going to be forever. This is not something that, you're going to totally, make a priority over your financial goals. But I do see, like, as you start working towards your goals, that this personal relationship could distract you. Now, sometimes it's a welcome distraction, right? Because sometimes we want to connect, we want to be around other people, or we just, we really enjoy someone's company. But we have to be careful that we don't allow that to override our plan, our goals, and our decisions as it relates to our money, our business, our work, our investments, all the things. And I don't see that happening long term, Taurus, but I do see that happening kind of in the beginning. Now, we've got that Two of Swords. Now, the Two of Swords talks about making a decision, and this decision could be like what I was talking about, where a personal relationship, you're deciding, do I want to spend time there, or do I want to spend time working, or do I want to hang out with them, or do I want to stay home and work on the business? This is something all successful people deal with, and it's one of those things where we're just focused and committed to our goals, and I think that will give you a lot of clarity. Now, we also have this Five of Cups in the reverse. Now, this means you do say no and you have no regrets about it, but it's hard. You say no and then maybe a week later you say yes. Like I said, I'm picking up a lot of back and forth energy with this relationship. We got that Three of Cups in the reverse. That means there's some party, celebration, hanging out, being around friends, having fun. But the thing is, because that card is in the reverse, it means that that time could be better spent doing something that you want to do as it relates to your money. Again, everybody goes through this. Every entrepreneur, every successful person, we have to make these decisions. And I feel like, Taurus, you're kind of at that point now where you it's like you do kind of hang out and have fun, and then you realize, my time is better spent focusing on the things I want to focus on. So we have the Ace of Swords, which definitely confirms that. So this first week of January, it's going to be a lot of fun. But the thing I am picking up, Taurus, is that the fun, you feel like, I wish I would have been working, not necessarily regrets like we talked about here. But it's like you get more committed to your goal when you realize, okay, I don't want to waste time. I really want this to happen for me this year. And you have the breakthroughs, you have the mindset, you have everything you need in order to do whatever it is you want to do. And that's what this Ace of Swords talks about. It's like you kind of just have this huge breakthrough and this huge mind. The word explosion is coming to mind, but I don't know if that's really the correct term, but that's what I'm saying. It's like there's like this explosive flow of ideas, and you just get so invigorated, and you just get so excited, and you get so encouraged. And so it's a good thing. It's a really, really good thing, because it puts you in a position to win. All right, especially as it relates to money, Taurus. All right, so let's take a look at these other cards that flew out. We got that Six of Pentacles, which is the card of generosity. You're going to be in a position to be generous. I think that's always good. But remember, we want to give from our overflow, not giving because we're expecting something back. And that's a very different energy when you are in the position to give. And so you really want to give because you really either have more than enough, or because you truly are intentional with wanting to help people or wanting to make a difference, you know, for someone. Next, we got the Wheel of Fortune. That's the lucky card. So Taurus, you making the commitment to work on whatever it is your money plan is. And I'm telling you, that really turns on the good luck for you, especially in that second week of January. All right, I see this card peeking out. Oh, yeah, the Queen of Pentacles. Whoa. Queen of Pentacles, and then Five of Pentacles. Oh, pay attention to the butt. You know, every sign is getting this card. We all need to look at our budget, because this card is showing up for every sign. Okay, so we really need to rework the budget for the new year. All right, let me scoot some of this stuff down. We've got your lucky card, Queen of Pentacles. Might be a good time for you to invest, Taurus, the second week of January. That's what I'm picking up there. All right, so investing. Remember, you only invest in stuff you know and understand. You don't take any unnecessary risks, but if you've been considering investing in something, the second week of January is going to be an excellent time for you to do so, Taurus. We also got the Five of Pentacles in the reverse. It's a great card to see in the reverse because it means that your money mindset is on point. You definitely have the intention, you have the perspective, you have the determination and commitment to make your financial dreams happen, and they definitely are. We already talked about budgeting with that Two of Pentacles. Everybody's getting that card. We really need to reevaluate our financial plan for 2024. And of course, January is an excellent time to do that. Finally, we got that Eight of Swords. Now, the Eight of Swords talks about having self-limiting beliefs. Again, I think we all struggle with this from time to time. What do we believe is possible for us? We really need to up-level and expand that, because remember, everything is always about what you believe is possible and what you can do, and then committing to the actions necessary until what you want happens, and it will. All right, in some way, shape, or form, it will. All right, Taurus, so I feel like this is more of a decision thing. It's like if you decide you're going to be a millionaire, you just keep making the plans and up-leveling your plan and your strategies until that happens. You don't ditch the decision, you just change the actions. And trust me, I know it's harder. You know, it's easier said than done, but it doesn't mean it can't be done. And it may take some time too, but again, it doesn't mean it won't happen. All right. It's really just committing. I feel like that's what we need to talk about, Taurus, is you really need to commit to yourself, especially for anything money related. All right, so, oh, nice. Okay, so Taurus, as it relates to your money, as we move into the second half of January, looks like people recognize you for the work that you do, and it looks like you change up some travel plans here with that Six of Swords. I feel like because this is something work-related, so something gets changed, postponed, or delayed. I feel like that's a work trip there, so it is what it is. Next, we got that Seven of Wands. The Seven of Wands talks about communication, and sometimes you really have to be Be clear in your conversations with other people. And I feel like, again, this is something professional, work, or investment business related. Uh, you really have to be clear about what your intention is for 2024, because not everybody understands. It doesn't mean that they don't agree, but not everybody is on the same page. And I think you having a conversation with people, now it could even be, your spouse or your partner, maybe your kids, maybe family. It's like somebody needs to know what you intend to do this year, Taurus, and you have to communicate that, okay? You really need to be clear and say, hey, my goal is to save X amount of dollars. As a result of that, this is what's going to happen. So that way there's no surprises and people aren't questioning why you're doing what you're doing. Next up, we got that King of Swords. King of Swords, that's the king of elimination energy. There's some things you need to let go of. Now, this could be something physical, or it could be something emotional or energy. Now, the King of Swords is very ruthless. He doesn't waste time or make excuses. Like, he cuts things out very quickly and very, very intentionally. Okay, so you have to be careful. And you have to be, the word methodical comes to mind, because it won't always be pretty, but it will be worth it. The results will speak for themselves. Next up, we got that High Priestess. The High Priestess is the card of intuition, spiritual enlightenment. It's also one of the cards of the Divine Feminine. I also pick up that there's some creative energy flowing with her. I think there's something that you want to work on, Taurus, that definitely will tap into your creativeness. And I'm feeling like this is something digital, like maybe creating videos, or maybe writing, writing online or something like that. But the thing is it has to be in alignment with where you're going or what you stand for spiritually. But I do feel like there's something that's going to kind of give you a creative outlet. And this is definitely going to tap into your feminine flow. And this has nothing to do with gender. Remember, we all have aspects of the masculine and the feminine within us. And sometimes, the feminine energy is more of the creative, the relaxed, the flowy, and the I'm picking up that there's just something that you create, Taurus, and there's something that in the process of creating it, you get answers to other things that are important to you, especially money related. So if you have the opportunity to do something creative and fun, do it, because it kind of stimulates a certain part of the brain that will reveal answers, or will give you new ideas, or will help you solve problems in a way that just focusing directly on the problem or whatever it is won't do. And I've had this happen in my own life many times. If you're out, I don't know, doing something fun or just relaxing, then ideas will come to you. Or you just get a flash of like, oh my gosh, yes, that's it. And it's really beautiful when it does happen. All right, Taurus, let's see what else shows up for you as it relates to money, wealth, finance, prosperity, abundance for the month of January 2024. All right, so as we close out January, Taurus, look at this. Things are working out in your favor and you didn't even know. You work independently. We also have this King of Wands, which means that there's going to be an opportunity that you say no to, which is interesting, because this is the career work card. I feel like somebody's going to offer you a new position or a new responsibility, but it's not gonna work for you, and you're gonna say no. All right, let's start with this Four of Pentacles. The Four of Pentacles is the card of not necessarily saving, but being strategic when you do save. So either investing, it's like you're putting your money to work for you. That's what this card is all about. And sometimes it's not fun, but it will pay off in the end. We also got the Justice card. Now, the Justice card, when I see him in reverse, is always a very poignant card. And what I mean by that is the Justice card means a decision was not made in your favor, but here's the thing. It ends up benefiting you in the long run, okay? So don't freak out if somebody says no, or something is decided decided against you, or somebody makes the decision and you're like, oh my gosh, I can't believe that happened. Trust and wait. That's what I'm picking up with this card. Trust and wait, because things will turn around, things will shift for you, things will benefit you, especially decisions that are money related, okay? I'm feeling that very powerfully with this card. So, trust and wait, okay? Trust and wait. Next up, we got that Hermit card, which means you're going to probably do your best work independently. All right, Taurus. Taurus works best alone. Not that they can't work with other people, but I think that they're most productive. They're most, what do we want to say? Most in their workflow when they work solo. And sometimes we all need to do that, right? We don't need the distractions or the interruptions of other people, or people constantly kind of, throwing in their 2 cents where it's not needed. Now, as this relates to your work, I do feel like independent projects are going to be the key for you as it relates to making more money. I feel like some of you were looking to do something independently as a side hustle or a part-time business or something like that, and really kind of move in the direction of something that allows you to work independently and solo, because that's where you are really going to find your groove. Next, we got the Three of Wands. That's future planning being put on hold because that card is in the reverse. I'm not surprised. A lot of us are going into January with plans, but we need to rework those plans as we move through the month of January 2024, because the plans aren't only about January plans. These are plans for the entire year. That's what a lot of us are considering. That's what a lot of us are really putting our time towards. Okay, so we're coming up with a financial plan for the entire year, and we're trying to figure out what's going to work and what's not going to work. Now, we already talked about this King of Wands. Like I said, I feel like somebody is going to offer you something, Taurus, and you're going to say no. Now, there's nothing wrong with saying no or even changing your mind at some point. Like someone says, oh, would you like to, take this new position? And maybe it is a new position or a new title, but the pay doesn't necessarily match the responsibility, so you say no. Or maybe they want to add more, tasks onto your daily, your daily work, and you just don't want to do anything extra. But whatever it is, don't be afraid to say no if it doesn't align, because I feel like when you do say no, then they will adjust and maybe come back with something better. Or they'll say, hey, what will it take for you to say yes? And then you can express and communicate what you desire. But the thing is you have to be confident enough to say no first, right? Because remember, it's really about making things kind of conform to what it is you want in your own way. And sometimes people throw something at you just to see what they can get away with. And that's what I feel like is happening here. Now, I feel like this is something work related, and I do feel like this is something, professional related, but it doesn't always have to be. It could be something in your personal life as well. But remember, if the offer or the situation does not resonate and does not, at least benefit you and put you further or closer towards your goals, don't be afraid to say no. Don't be afraid to say, hey, this doesn't work for me, or, this needs to change, or I'm not, comfortable with whatever. Okay. So Taurus, you've got an interesting January here. Lots of growth happening, lots of decisions. We talked about this relationship stuff that's happening in the first week of January. It could be a little distracting, but I also think it's going to be fun. So it's not anything to necessarily worry about, because you clearly get back on track as we move throughout the rest of January. All right, Taurus, let's go ahead and close out your reading with a Star Seed Oracle card. Ooh, look at this. It says, I'm sorry. Defenselessness, righting past wrongs, uprooting. Really? Okay, defenselessness, righting past wrongs, uprooting. Now, is there something we need to kind of resolve from the past? As we move into this new year, Taurus, I'm wondering if that's what this is about here. Now, that could also be the back and forth that we talked about initially, but there's something maybe from 2023 that we need to fix, maybe even apologize for before or as we move into 2024. Now, I've seen this happen a lot where there's certain things we need to close, fix, resolve before we move into our next phase or our next season of life. So this is something to definitely think about, Taurus. The card is I'm sorry, defenselessness, righting past wrongs, and uprooting, which also uprooting could mean literally just making some massive changes in your life for the better. All right, Taurus, I hope you enjoyed this reading. I hope it was helpful. If you have any questions, feel free to leave them in the comments. I want to thank you so much for spending this time with me, and we will do it all again next month.